So welcome back, everyone. I hope you're having a great time. I hope you're staying safe and healthy. I'm joined again with the wonderful LB all the way in Florida. I wish I was there, as I always say. It's been quite mild here in the UK, but it's not like that Florida sunshine. I'm wearing red because today we're doing a video based on Valentines, and LB has a wonderful tip for people that are single or just wanting to connect with other people, because I know the times we're in are still tough. People can't really be as free as they want to when meeting or dating and all the rest that goes with it. So it's wonderful to see LB. She has a great website, lovevictory.com. Go check out the website, lovevictory, all one word, lovevictory.com. Please go and check out her website. She's a scholar in all areas of love. How appropriate that Valentine's is coming up. I'm handing it over to you, LB.
Well, thank you so much. Valentine's Day ends up for so many people being a day that they just dread. Please, who do I send a card to? Will anyone send a card to me? And what am I going to do for the day or night or anything? How? So here are some ideas. And let's start with love and relationships. I want you to think about what you can do to feel that you are your own Valentine. If you don't feel good about yourself, you cannot ask someone to fill in those blanks for you. So here are some tips that have worked for the thousands of people in my practice and in my research who have done these things. Unfortunately, it's COVID still around the world, and we can't be as free and as flexible in what we can do to meet people. So here are some ways to feel good about yourself and to connect, and try them out. Try them out more than one time. Just think of what it's like when you go into the dressing room when you're trying on a sweater or a skirt or a scarf, and you go, well, I want to think about it. No, I don't like it. No, or I do. So I want you to think about these tips, but first try them out. It isn't like buying a scarf or a shirt or a dress where it's usually a one-time deal and maybe you can return it. These are lots of different ways to try how to meet people in various ways and how to feel more confident so that you feel that you are lovable. So let's start with that. First idea, I want to review just a couple of tips that we talked about in our last video because they're going to play a role here. And these are tips you can keep for all kinds of situations. I want you to think about, why did someone break up with me? What did I learn about the reasons? And why did I break up with someone? Those will give you some tips as to what you are looking for. Very, very important. So let's start with a simple way to be with people when you cannot necessarily be with them in real life. I want you to hold a virtual Valentine's Day party. And I want you to ask all your single friends to invite someone to this virtual Valentine's Day date up session. And you make sure that you bring one person who you really like and who's single, but if you're going to bring two people, try to bring two people either of the opposite sex or opposite orientation, so there's more diversity in the group. And you can do this with lots of different people and have several different Zooms, so you don't have too many little tiny tiles up there of people's faces. And then I want you to let everyone know that you're going to be at a certain time, give them a link, and each person is going to introduce the person who they invited to this virtual Valentine's Day party. And you're going to tell everyone on the screen some good things about this person. And they will do something like say something nice about you. And you'll go around the tiles so everyone has something to say about the person they've brought or the people they've brought, and maybe one or two things about you if it hasn't already been said. They can just say ditto, so you don't feel like pressured to come up with something totally, inventive. And then you get to know someone, and you can give your name, your contact. And that way, if there is someone there who you'd like to meet up with in person or extend an online relationship with, you've already expanded your world. It's fun. It's fun, scary in a way. Gosh, I've never done this before, but it works out. And I've done it so many times with my clients and had them do it. It's not hard. You're not there in person. You can wear sneakers, be barefoot. You can have pajama bottoms on. It doesn't really matter. Okay. That's the first thing. And I want you always to keep in your mind that you don't need to look for the perfect person, because just as in finding the right job, the right career path, the right place to live, when we talk about relationships, we have to kiss a lot of frogs. We just really do. And so don't worry about it. That's how you learn. But you don't learn if you're not asking yourself the right questions, such as, why did I break up with someone? Why did someone break up with me? That will give you an idea of what you need, what your perceptions are, how accurate they are. So always keep in learning mode. The other event that you can do that isn't as much as virtual in person, but if you are in a place where you can be open and you can wear a mask and still feel safe, why don't you have a donation party? Everyone puts together in their own home or wherever they live things that they've been wanting to give away that are in good condition, but you just haven't had a chance to go to wherever you bring them to. Here in the United States, there are lots of charities. We give a lot to Goodwill and to Habitat, and I don't know what you have in the British Isles or whatever you give away, but you could have a party if you're safe enough to be in person, and go to these different places, donate things, and meet if the weather's nice, hopefully somewhere in your country in this time of year, where you can either maybe sit outside if it is safe. You could meet at someone's house or in a pub afterwards, but I want you to invite people to donate, and so that you've got a group of people who don't know each other. And why does that help with Valentine's Day? Because when we give and help other people, we feel better about ourselves. We just do. Your endorphins kick in. You feel upbeat. You feel that you've done a good deed. And sometimes it can spark cleaning up your own house better or calling up a friend you haven't seen in a while. It brews connection. So those are some ways not to feel so depressed, so lonely. Do you have any idea how many people are unhappy in relationships and stay in there just not to be alone? That's a whole lot worse than being single, a whole lot worse, when you don't feel that any door is open to you to do something.
I love those tips for all the single people out there and those of you that are in relationships. And I love the idea of on the call, Skype, Zoom, WhatsApp, whichever modality you use, that you actually have the support of a friend there, someone that you already know. For anyone that's like nervous about meeting new people, would never dream of speed dating or anything like that, that was kind of popular at one point. You've got your support team. And it allows us to relax a bit when we have someone in the room or whatever that knows us well. It makes us feel more relaxed, and hopefully that friend will say something nice about us. I think it's a kind of great idea of showing us all in the best light.
And, finding a partner who's good for you, there is no such thing as a perfect person. And even if you think in the beginning that things are perfect, as you go through life, you grow and change. You have different priorities. So instead of looking for someone who matches just like that, you want to look for someone who's got some flexibility too. So if you can change, they can change. And maybe you can change in even better ways that makes you stronger. Don't get stuck in thinking that there's this magic person out there. There are, Here's what I always use. This is a unicorn, okay? Can you see that little horn?
Yeah.
And unicorns don't exist in the world. At least I don't think they do. So if you're looking for someone person, you're going to be chasing that very special person round and round and round your life. And that person doesn't exist. No one is perfect. So please keep that in mind. And the most important Valentine to do is to make sure that you feel good about yourself and brave. If you aren't brave, you aren't going to be able to risk your heart to fall in love.
Absolutely. It's about the relationship with yourself, which I always believe is the longest relationship we have in our lifetime. Make that the priority. Make that a success. Valentine's Day, don't sleep until 3 in the afternoon and just be like, oh, I just want this day to go. Get out there and practice. Wear some red. You know, get your hair done or something just for yourself. Drink some nice wine in the evening, or, you know, buy yourself some chocolates. Celebrate yourself. I think a lot of people don't do that enough. Would I be right, LB?
I like that. And that's why I held up that little Valentine. Your picture, this is a picture frame. Your picture should be in this picture frame.
Yeah.
What can I do for myself? And it doesn't have to cost a lot of money.
And what advice would you give to people already in a relationship or a new relationship? Maybe they met on lockdown and they're just in the first few months of that relationship. What advice would you give those couples?
I would make a list of all the things that you still don't know about this person, but were afraid to ask. And it could be anything. You know, do you like to travel? Do you like watching stupid TV shows? You know, like anything, it doesn't matter. And close off that judgmental part. Forget it, okay? You don't have to be on all the time. There's a reason that comedies and funny shows are always so popular. You need to laugh. You need to have downtime. Don't ever judge yourself and think, I'm wasting time. I should be doing this. And if you want to do it and make it even more productive, turn that funny movie on and show on and clean up your house while you're watching it. It motivates you so things don't pile up on you and you go, oh my God, I'm so sluggish. I hate myself even more. So following up with what you've said several times already, love begins here with you. You've got to do things to help you. Once it gets safe in the world to go out, I think the best date in the world is to hang out together. And I know, I'm pretty sure we've talked about that before, because I know that's when you were most relaxed. You know, your dating and marital and love life is not going to consist of being, you know, at the stars the whole time. It's going to be average things like cleaning up the dishes, washing the dishes, putting them away, cooking dinner, going shopping, hanging out with friends. It isn't going to be to the moon and back. So see what it's like to hang out with someone. And this is going to sound really stupid, but I've done this many times. Set a date on Saturday night, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Wednesday after work, and run errands together. You know, just kind of hang out. What are you doing? I've got to pick up this at the dry cleaning. Want to grab some coffee afterwards. Make your dates resemble real life.
I love that last point. Make your dates resemble real life, because everyone's life has changed so much, hasn't it, over the last 2 years? Yes. And it's bringing dating into the current times of, look, I'm not glammed up the whole time. I might be wearing sweats. You know, right. So it's finding a new way to connect with someone, isn't it?
Right, right.
Well, guys, this video, we've packed a lot in. We've given you a lot of tips for this upcoming Valentine's Day. You've got about 10 days or so. I believe it's a Monday, the 14th. So maybe for some of you, it's going to be Sunday, the 13th, the weekend, and you can do your Zoom call or go out running errands with your other half on that day. But certainly, because it's still February, it's early year, make 2022 a year that you invest in yourself, that you practice like you would your fitness, your physical fitness, or mind fitness, you know, meditation or time alone. See that your dating life is part of this new regime to get fitter, healthier in your own life. And then I think that radiates out to everyone around you. And what better way to start a new year than like that? LB, I just want to thank you for all those wonderful tips.
The bottom line here is to be happy, to know who you are, what your needs are, and most importantly, to trust your judgment. So I strongly recommend that you go to my website. Thank you for mentioning it. It's called Love Victory. But my book that is selling so well, because I'm not surprised, but I'm also surprised about it. But it's called Training Your Love Intuition. And it really hits the heart of what my clients have told me all along. How can I trust my judgment?
Training your love intuition, and I'm sure it's something we can all get better at with practice and with age and with experience. But if you're not in the game, you can't win the game.
Yeah.
So that's lovevictory.com, your wonderful website. I checked it out, and there are some books there that you can get hold of. But Training Your Love Intuition, go check that out, go and purchase that, read up, make yourself better and more of a magnet for love, just across the board. I don't think there's anything more important than that in our lives.
A magnet for love. I love that. Attached to someone else who's good for you and to yourself. That's a perfect way to end this.
It's going to be the title of your new book, LB, right?
No. You take that one. You take that one.
Okay. I'll write that one. So it's coming in a year's time. But thank you guys for joining. I'm going to leave it there. I just want to thank you for supporting these videos. And everyone wanting to just improve on themselves and make themselves more loving and love-filled. It starts with you, and then it radiates out to others. Please remember that, and have a wonderful Valentine's. Don't get depressed. Go out and do something different. And we hope you have a wonderful year. We'll be back soon. Please email and chat with LB about topics that you want to discuss. She's the specialist here. I'm just the host. But we want to thank you again for joining, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.
Thank you.